The Cardinals drop one to the Panthers. Phoenix Rising closes out the season with pride. And we check in on a local Special Olympics athlete. Coming up on Cronkite Sports Now. Hello and welcome to this edition of Cronkite Sports Now. I'm Serena Raboyne. We have a jam-packed show for you today, so let's get started. The Arizona Cardinals dropped 2-2 on the season after a disappointing loss to the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. Reporters Rachel Phillips and Reed Harmon recap the game in this week's Cardinals Corner.
It has been 2 straight weeks where the Cardinals' defense has been exposed. Going to Carolina, Arizona had a depleted secondary, and it showed. The Panthers racked up 444 yards of total offense, including 168 yards on the ground, who were without an injured Christian McCaffrey.
Defense, it doesn't matter what defense is called. I'm a firm believer that if you play your leverage and you execute and you just do your job, simple as that, the defense will be successful.
Cards QB Kyler Murray had his electric moments yesterday, but they were few and far between. Murray threw for 3 TDs and dazzled with a 48-yard dash, the longest by a Cards QB since 1958. At the other end of the spectrum, he had a fumble that led to a Carolina TD and only threw for 133 yards.
We started off a little sluggish, and I think we were down early, and then once we kind of got things going, had the fumble, strip sack, and we just couldn't really catch up at that point.
The momentum the Cardinals had after their 2-0 start is now gone. Coincidentally, wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald's targets are all but gone as well. In the opening 2 weeks, Fitzgerald was targeted 12 times for 11 catches and 84 yards, compared to just 6 targets for 3 receptions and only 4 yards.
Came out, didn't have a sense of urgency, play calling or executing it.
The Cards are looking to bounce back next week when they travel over to MetLife Stadium to take on the winless New York Jets.
For Reed Harmon, I'm Rachel Phillips, and this is Cardinals Corner.
ASU football fans rejoiced over the weekend as the 2020 schedule was released on Saturday. The season will consist of 6 games, with 5 of them being against fellow Pac-12 South teams. The Sun Devils open up their season against the USC Trojans on November 7th, and they'll close it out against their Territorial Cup rivals, University of Arizona, on December 11th. University of Arizona head football coach Kevin Sumlin announced today that he has tested positive for the coronavirus. In a release statement, Sumlin said that he will continue to participate in a virtual capacity until his isolation protocol is complete, as preparations for the season are ongoing. Playing sports is beneficial for many reasons, but for people with intellectual disabilities, the gains are endless. Cronkite News reporter Rachel Phillips looks at how participating in these activities has been impacted by COVID-19.
For many people, fitting in can be difficult. But for 17-year-old Aiden Burke, growing up was even more challenging. Burke was born with an intellectual disability that didn't allow his brain to develop properly. But at just 9 years old, everything changed for Aiden. He joined Special Olympics Arizona and in the process found his identity, his passion, and his family.
It changed my personality. It changed who I am.
For both of us, it's been life-changing because not only did he get involved with sports, but there's a whole family of people.
Despite the benefit playing sports can have on people with intellectual disabilities, the participation rates are low. A 2019 national study found that only 28% of youth with autism spectrum disorder, 31% with Down syndrome, and 24% with cerebral palsy reported participating in physical activity during the previous year.
It's so important to get involved in sports, not only for the active component, but also just health in general. And then socialization is so tremendously advantageous to our athletes.
Special Olympics Arizona has just over 21,000 athletes, ranging in age from 2.5 to 85 years old. But with the potential to serve 180,000 individuals in the state, they are barely scratching the surface. The goal for Heckerman over the next couple of years is to start reaching more athletes at a younger age, so they are reaping the rewards sooner.
As a child, learning to be friends with somebody else, to learn those skills and have fun, you really see them progress out of their shell.
Special Olympics Arizona canceled all sports in March and moved to online activities like painting, bingo, and movies, so that athletes like Aiden could stay connected to the community. But the desire to be back on the court playing sports with his friends has never been higher.
With COVID is harder for me to get my sports done.
Special Olympics Arizona just restarted golf and bocce ball, but other in-person sports are still on hold. For Cronkite News, I'm Rachel Phillips.
The Special Olympics isn't just for people wanting to play sports. They also offer unified music, dance, esports, and even robotics. After last week's controversy, the Phoenix Rising had a show of pride at their last home game of the season on Saturday. Gay pride flags were displayed by both the team and the fans. In response to the incident, certain fans also held a boycott from cheering for the Rising for the first 45 minutes of the match. But despite the issues off the field, the Rising took care of business on the field, winning 4-1 against the LA Galaxy 2. Their next match is the conference quarterfinals against the Sacramento Republic FC on Saturday. Phoenix Mercury stars Diana Taurasi and Skylar Diggins-Smith were named to the 2020 All-WNBA second team on Sunday. This marks Taurasi's 14th appearance of an All-WNBA team, which is the most of any player in WNBA history. This season, she averaged 18.7 points per game and 4.7 assists per game. Wow, this is Diggins-Smith's 4th appearance of an All-WNBA team, and first as a member of the Mercury. This season, she averaged 18.7 points per game and 4.7 assists per game. Former ASU wide receiver Brandon Ayuk continues to make his mark on the NFL. ASU football fans may remember that Ayuk liked to hurdle defenders on Saturdays, and now he's doing the same on Sundays. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Serena Raboyne, and we'll see you next time.